Let's talk about the slap.
Yeah. What, did you see the Oscars?
I did not.
Did you know the Oscars were playing on that day?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No.
Really?
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, let's talk about the slap. So everybody knows. I'm sure by now everybody knows. I think everybody knew by Sunday night anyway. Um, the big slap. The
Big
controversial
slap.
the
Yes.
controversial slap. Okay. So um in the case that you don't know what's going on, Chris Rock, who was presenting an award, he wasn't the host, right? I think
I
he was
think he was
just
present.
presenting.
He was like one of the hosts or something.
Yeah. So he's cracking jokes. And he disrespects, or I guess he makes an inappropriate joke about Jada Smith, Will Smith's wife, who I actually thought it was ex-wife, but it's the wife. And Will Smith doesn't like it, and he gets up. He comes up to him, and what did the five fingers say to the face? Slap. Snags the crap out of Chris Rock and then walks away. And Chris Rock is just stunned and he's like, whoa, like Will Smith just slapped the crap out of me. And then
That's
everybody thinks
censored,
it's
by the
a.
way.
Hmm?
That's censored, by the way.
Oh,
He doesn't
yeah.
actually say crap. Oh.
Yeah, he says the mature version of crap. Um, everybody thinks it's a skit. When I watched it, I thought it was a skit. And then he starts yelling at Chris Rock, asking him to keep his wife's name out of his mouth. Also edited. And he says it a second time, and by the second time, the whole auditorium was quiet. You see Lupita, what's her last name? I forgot her last name,
Uh,
but Lupita, she's standing in the background and she's just like,
it's funny because I don't think people thought it was like an act or it was scripted, but it
yeah,
wasn't until he said, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth." I mean, excluding the expletive. That's when like
right,
the whole
right.
the whole venue just like
Yeah,
got super quiet.
I got super quiet. When did you watch this? Did you know about it when I sent you the text message?
Nah,
Did I
okay,
send you,
so
did I send you a text
you sent
message?
me the text.
Okay. So you didn't know
I
until
didn't
then.
even know till that. And it was funny because
So
it wasn't until I went to work that I found out about it too. But it was your text that morning.
yeah, dude. So Amber, my wife, like we knew about the Oscars. We're movie buffs in all senses, right? And so we knew the Oscars were gonna happen. We were aware of Dune being a high competitor, and she made a okay. I'm gonna go a bit um, conspiracy here with you for a second, but
Mm,
um, she posted on her Instagram, "Are you watching the Oscars?" or "Who's Oscar?" Right? And I think it was only about 20% of people said that they were watching the Oscars, and the rest of them didn't. Um, and we knew that they were gonna start around 6 p.m. And we were looking for links on YouTube. We couldn't find anything. We looked on Hulu, we looked on ABC, but all of these places that had the capability of streaming the Oscars were charging like a lot of money. There's a lot of fake links out there. Anyway, we tried for about 30 minutes to get a link to stream the Oscars, but we couldn't find anything. And so at that point, I'm like, well, I'm gonna go edit then. And she went to do some work stuff as well. And because I'm editing, I'm on my computer. I'm checking YouTube constantly. And when I finished my video, I went on YouTube and I see this thing. It was new. It was like 30, 40 minutes in, and it said Will Smith punches Chris Rock. It wasn't slaps or anything like it was punches Chris Rock at the Oscars. I watched that video and I thought it was a skit, but it felt kind of serious, and so I was like, "Oh, wait, what?" And so I watched it again and again, and then like all these other videos started popping out, and I watched all these different versions of it until finally I saw that the slap was real. Like there's contact, and the smack that you hear, it's real.
It's
And
weird. I didn't really hear the slap
I did.
in the various like versions I've seen it. It's like maybe because the mic's not on the actual slap, but you can hear like
I
a
guess
slight hit. But
I guess maybe I shouldn't say the actual smack, but
mm,
the punch that you hear, the thud, the whatever, like, at first I thought it was, I don't know, I thought it was fake,
yeah.
but then I noticed that it was real. So
When did you find out it was real? When you saw the slap?
yeah, just a couple of minutes after I watched it the first time. Like I had seen it like 3 or 4 times, and even reading all the comments on the videos, I was like, oh, like this is it's not fake. It doesn't
I
seem to
know.
be fake.
The moment I heard
Uh,
the swearing, I was like, "Oh, this is real. This is real."
yeah, yeah. That's the thing is like when you see his face and he's just like all serious about it, I was like, yeah, I think it's real. Like
What do you think about the laugh
which one?
when he laughs?
Like him before?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess there's two stories. My thought is he was either laughing at the previous joke or he's just laughing in general. Or two, he thought the joke was funny and then he looked at Jada and she's rolling her eyes, and then he's like, oh, this is a mean joke about her. I get the joke now. That's not cool. And then he goes up and
I think
smacks him.
that's where I'm at. I think it's either he laughed about it and then saw Jada and then got upset because it upset her, or he was just like on autopilot, just laughing for the sake of laughing
Mm-hmm.
until it hit him, and then he's like, "Oh shoot, this is a joke about my wife," and then that's when he went slapping
Yeah.
fit.
Uh, do you have a? Do you have like
A thought on
I
it?
don't,
General thought?
not a general thought, but like, do you believe that someone was right and someone was wrong?
I think everyone's wrong here.
That's
I
what I think too.
mean,
Honestly, the joke was inappropriate. Respectfully, I don't think it was a mean joke. Like I don't think it was like that aggressive of a joke. But I do. I know I have
yeah,
friends that have alopecia, and it's still an insensitive and inappropriate joke.
yeah.
I guess my,
Considering,
my reasoning. I'm not saying that it wasn't like mean. I guess what I'm saying is the type of joke. I don't feel like it warranted slap.
violence, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I agree.
the fact that Will resorted to violence. I don't like the fact that Chris made that joke. I don't like the fact that Will got up and smacked him, and I don't appreciate the fact that he still wins an Oscar. He gets
Standing
up.
ovation.
He gets a standing ovation. Yeah,
Yeah.
but even in his speech, what was it that he said? He says that he has been called to be a vessel of love.
Vessel. I've seen
And
that
so
word
like
so
I'm
many
like,
times now.
how can you use this? And how can you like go up there and tear up and say all these things when literally I think it was like between 15 and 20 minutes prior you went up and chose violence
Yeah.
uh, for the joke, right? So I don't think there's really a person that was in the right. Anybody saying like, well, he's defending his wife. I'm like, nah,
There's better ways
was
to do that.
yeah, there's a better way to do
There's
that.
either,
And
I mean, if he was gonna hit him, at least wait till after the show, not in a publicly broadcasted way, or even just
real.
even the yelling. If he had just yelled at him instead of going up to him and slapping, that would have been enough, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But he stirred the pot. So let me tell you something real quick. Let me tell you why I think this is a sort of a conspiracy. The reason I brought up my wife putting the post and only 20% said that they were watching the Oscars is the fact that we haven't really had Oscar awards in 2 years because of the pandemic.
Hmm.
So I feel like they were kind of I mean, they don't really do advertisement for it or anything like that. Like, I feel like they were just kind of, nobody was paying attention to it, right? Um, and then I mean, how many people do you know that still have cable or that pay like $60 a month for live TV on Hulu or on ABC.com or anything like that? I don't know if Peacock was streaming it, but I'm assuming Peacock would probably do something similar to Hulu, where you have to pay like $70 for it. Um, so my assumption is TV ratings were low. Directors at the Oscars are like looking at this and saying, "Man, we have 1 million people watching right now. Usually we have 30 million people watching. Like, we need something big to get people talking about this." And
You think it's staged?
I think it's staged to an extent. I'm not saying the hit was fake, and I'm not saying that the reaction was fake, but I think I don't know what I think. I think
No,
something.
I see what you mean.
I feel like something was brought up. I mean, what are the chances that Will Smith posts his Instagram pictures saying, "I'm here to create chaos," when he was like putting on a suit?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
so like, was that a hint? And then two, Chris Rock's not pressing charges.
Yeah, no, I could see that. I mean, the whole Oscar ratings, the thing. I've been
And
reading a lot more into it, though. But yeah, go ahead.
it's just funny to me, like, ratings are, nobody knows that the Oscars were even happening. And then suddenly this happens, and like my YouTube feed and even my TikTok feed was filled with slaps and the
There's
memes.
so many memes. It's so
Dude,
funny.
the memes.
There's just so many memes. I can't. Like, I just barely saw one with Bully Maguire. Someone put Bully Maguire on Will
I haven't
Smith
seen
and
that one.
slapping. Or someone that really made a really good one was Ned from Spider-Man.
Oh, I saw that one.
Chris Rock on stage. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, if I was not married and I was still single and had all this time, I would have totally contributed. I've made my memes in my day. I've made
Yeah.
some that reached 1 million, but just don't have time. But they're really good. They're really good.
Yeah.
Here's
I-
my thinking. Why it's
Let's go.
not staged. It just
Okay.
happens to be coincidence, right?
Let's go.
Let's see. I watched this video. It's like a body language analysis person. So he has a YouTube channel called The Behavioral Arts. You know?
Bro, I have it on my backlist on YouTube because I was going to watch this after the podcast. It's like 30 minutes long, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I watched.
Okay,
I listened to the whole thing. You don't have to really. Well, you kind of have to watch his take on it. And he studied body language. That it's all real. It's all genuine. I mean, give or take, because he acknowledges Will Smith is an Oscar-winning actor, so he's able to fake it. But he knows he's at least confirmed with Jada. That was a genuine expression. He says Will Smith, he didn't expect it. Like, he was surprised. So he says Will Smith and Jada were both surprised by. It's not like they were expecting anything, right? And then the stance of Chris Rock when he gets hit. He takes certain steps. You can kind of see he makes a fist when he gets hit. But then at the last, within a split second later, he decides not to. Maybe like he's in fight or flight mode or whatever, right? And the comments that he's making, how flustered he is after the hit, that's all genuine.
That makes sense.
And then, on top of that, what amount of money would Will Smith want to get paid for his whole family to be a meme now? They've been trying so hard to suppress the whole entanglement thing, right? And
Right.
now this is just being put front and center. I can't imagine the Mad Academy like, yo, we're going to embarrass your family for this amount of money.
That's a really good point. I don't know, man. Like, I'm curious to hear about him a little bit more. I would love to hear Chris Rock's thoughts on it. Like really like be earnest about what he was feeling and what he thinks now.
Yeah.
And same thing with Will Smith. And the only thing I like that I dislike is that he didn't apologize to Chris when he
on
was
his
having his
speech.
speech.
Yeah.
He said, "I want to apologize to the Academy and to my fellow nominees."
Yeah.
And that's it. And I'm like, bro, you just slapped Chris Rock, like, on live television. Like, how about it? Like, dude, I'm sorry I overreacted. Like, this is not what we're about. Or, I don't know, or at least do a apology or a statement, even if it was like
He
after
did
the
make
fact.
was it an Instagram post?
Oh, I don't know.
I think he
haven't seen this.
apologized. But then people are
Did
like
he?
even being mean
Like-
about that, saying, "Oh, it's your publicist apologizing."
Like it's
not
too
him."
late now, right?
Yeah. I wonder if I forgot my train of thought now. But I think I don't think it's fake at all. I think
Well,
it was
what do you-
it was just like a boiling point for Will Smith.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's having a bad day or something is on his mind.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. People go mad for no reason, like I feel like we've all experienced this at some point. And then we look back and we're like, wow, like maybe I overreacted.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. That's why I want to hear his thoughts. But what do you guys think? Like, do you think it was fake? Do you think it was real? Let us know in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts on this because I'm sure we're going to be talking about this for a long time.
Yeah.
At least on the social media.
Keep the memes coming, folks.
Oh yeah, the memes are so good.
That's gonna be years of memes, I imagine. Years.